If you want to shine like a sun, first burn like a sun. Teaching is a very noble profession that shapes the character, caliber, and future of an individual. If the people remember me as a good teacher, that will be the biggest honor for me. Great dreams of great dreamers are always transcended. The bird is powered by its own life and by its motivation. My view is that at a younger age your optimism is more and you have more imagination, etc. You have less bias. Nations consist of people, and with their effort, a nation can accomplish all it could ever want. To succeed in your mission, you must have single-minded devotion to your goal. Look at the sky. We are not alone. The whole universe is friendly to us, and conspires only to give the best to those who dream and work. For success of any mission, it is necessary to have creative leadership. Creative leadership is vital for government, non-governmental organizations as well as for industries. We should not give up, and we should not allow the problem to defeat us. One of the very important characteristics of a student is to question. Let the students ask questions. Do we not realize that self-respect comes with self-reliance? If we are not free, no one will respect us. Let us sacrifice our today so that our children can have a better tomorrow. To become unique, the challenge is to fight the hardest battle which anyone can imagine until you reach your destination. Life is a difficult game. You can win it only by retaining your birthright to be a person. For me, there is no such thing as a negative experience. Never stop fighting until you arrive at your destined place, that is, the unique you. Have a name in life, continuously acquire knowledge, work hard, and have perseverance to realize the great life. Where there is righteousness in the heart, there is harmony in the house. When there is harmony in the house, there is order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. Man needs his difficulties, because they are necessary to enjoy success. The president's post should not be politicized. Once a president is elected, he is above politics. It's when children are 15, 16 or 17 that they decide whether they want to be a doctor, an engineer, a politician or go to the Mars or Moon. That is the time they start having a dream. And that's the time you can work on them. You can help them shape their dreams. There has to be a global mission of human progress. When grand plans for scientific and defense technologies are made, do the people in power think about the sacrifices the people in the laboratories and fields have to make? For me, there are two types of people. The young and the experienced. War is never a lasting solution for any problem. No religion has mandated killing others as a requirement for its sustenance or promotion. You see, God helps only people who work hard. That principle is very clear. Excellence is a continuous process and not an accident. A teacher should have a creative mind. My message, especially to young people, is to have courage to think differently, courage to invent, to travel the unexplored path, courage to discover the impossible and to conquer the problems and succeed. These are great qualities that they must work towards. This is my message to the young people. It means, people who are in high and responsible positions, If they go against righteousness, righteousness itself will get transformed into a destroyer. I firmly believe that unless one has tasted the bitter pill of failure, one cannot aspire enough for success. While children are struggling to be unique, the world around them is trying all means to make them look like everybody else. Economy forced me to become a vegetarian, but I finally starting liking it. Medical costs are of concern, both in developing and developed countries. The government, whether state or central, is elected. That means we have a responsibility to elect the right kind of leaders. The youth need to be enabled to become job generators from job seekers. Great teachers emanate out of knowledge, passion and compassion. God, our Creator, has stored within our minds and personalities great potential strength and ability. Prayer helps us tap and develop these powers. I was willing to accept what I couldn't change. No sanction can stand against ignited minds. You have to dream, before your dreams can come true. Let me define a leader. He must have vision and passion and not be afraid of any problem. Instead, he should know how to defeat it. Most importantly, he must work with integrity. If four things are followed, having a great aim, acquiring knowledge, hard work, and perseverance, then anything can be achieved. Poetry comes from the highest happiness or the deepest sorrow. All wars signify the failure of conflict resolution mechanisms, and they need post-war rebuilding of faith, trust and confidence. Science is global. Einstein's equation, E equals mc2, has to reach everywhere. Science is a beautiful gift to humanity, we should not distort it. Science does not differentiate between multiple races. New markets could be created by rural potentials, which could lead to rise in the employment. The purpose of education is to make good human beings with skill and expertise. Enlightened human beings can be created by teachers. In a democracy, the well-being, individuality and happiness of every citizen is important for the overall prosperity, peace and happiness of the nation. How accurately can the law fix the crime? There has to be a mechanism for very fast action. The law is like this: catch them and punish them. Be more dedicated to making solid achievements, than in running after swift but synthetic happiness. Educationists should build the capacities of the spirit of inquiry, creativity, entrepreneurial and moral leadership among students and become their role model. Where do the evils like corruption arise from? It comes from the never-ending greed. The fight for corruption-free ethical society will have to be fought against this greed and replace it with what can I give spirit. When a nation is surrounded by weaponized nations, she has to equip herself. When we tackle obstacles, we find hidden reserves of courage and resilience we did not know we had. And it is only when we are faced with failure do we realize that these resources were always there within us. We only need to find them and move on with our lives. Ultimately, education in its real sense is the pursuit of truth. It is an endless journey through knowledge and enlightenment. Creativity is the key to success in the future, and primary education is where teachers can bring creativity in children at that level. Those who cannot work with their hearts achieve but a hollow, half-hearted success that breeds bitterness all around. Real education enhances the dignity of a human being, and increases his or her self-respect. If only the real sense of education could be realized by each individual and carried forward in every field of human activity, the world will be so much a better place to live in.